Welcome back to Predictions Tuesdays for the NFL, where we predict every single game and see what our record is at the end of the week. And this last week was pretty awful. I'm not gonna lie. We went 7-9. I really thought I was gonna predict the upsets because early on the season we are more likely to get upsets than later on, and I was absolutely wrong with some of these. I had the Jags beating the Eagles and the Texans beating the Chargers because I thought the Texans were going to score tons of points on the Chargers, which they did, but I forgot defensively they are also kind of bad, as well as the Chargers. And then I looked at the Jags coming in 2-1, getting a big win, blowing out the Chargers. I said, you know what, they got a shot to beat the undefeated Eagles, and I was completely wrong. I thought Doug Peterson was going to have a great day, but the weather conditions absolutely destroyed the Jags. Honestly, it looked like they were playing in Florida in the middle of a hurricane. It was absolutely horrid. I was like, is the hurricane really in Florida or is it in Philly? Because I cannot tell the difference. The weather conditions were awful. Trevor Lawrence was turning over the ball. But I blame the weather conditions more than anything. Now, let's go into week 5, though. I don't even want to talk about week 4 as a Steelers fan because it couldn't have been worse. Kenny Pickett's been put in to, he's set up to fail. I think Mitchell Trubisky wasn't the problem. I think Matt Canada should be fired before we switch to quarterback. And now we have the same play call with this quarterback. So they're both going to fail. That's my opinion. I think both quarterbacks would fail under the system. It is no longer the quarterback's fault. It is the system. That is my view on the things. And Kenny Pickett, yes, he has more flair to him. Yes, he can run and get out of more situations. But he's still going to be set up to fail. The next 4 games are against 4 playoff caliber teams where we could easily go 0-4. And it's just not looking good. It's a season that I'm going to be wanting to forget if unless Kenny Pickett just shows us that he's special and he's one of a kind, then obviously it's going to be a memorable year if he can turn it around. 1-3, playing 4 great teams, going to Buffalo, receiving the Bucks, going to Miami, receiving Philly. But anyways, let's get into the predictions. Come on, let's do it. Now, Thursday Night Football, we've got the Indianapolis Colts heading into Denver to play the Broncos in Mile High. And, the Broncos just, finally got to 20 points in the game. Absolutely exciting times. Russell Wilson did some, and then Javonte Williams gets ACL out for the year. Boom, you get devastated with that. You're getting now your RB1 has fumbled the ball the last 5 games, Melvin Gordon. So that's going to be really big for them. And I've got Indianapolis coming in with Jonathan Taylor as their running back. Arguably last year's best running back compared to the guy who's fumbled. And he has a 5-game fumbling streak. I'm going to have to take the Colts here. Now, the next game, as a Steelers fan, as I said, playing the Bills. I'm just going to pick the Bills. The Bills have been on a tear. They only lost to Miami, which they really should have won. But, they couldn't execute in the red zone. So I got the Steelers losing that game. Kenny Pickett is going to be starting, and I'm just not looking forward to watching that game. And it's going to be an absolute bloodbath. But, the Steelers are typical to lose to the Jets and then beat, the Bills. That's the kind of thing. They'll lose to the easy teams but beat the good teams. It's the Steeler way. Now, I've got Giants, Packers. I think the Packers are going to win that game. The Packers have figured it out somewhat how to play without Devontae Adams. They've got a couple guys stepping up. Alan Lazard's doing well. Dubes, I believe is how you pronounce it. He's doing well. Tunyon's back. They've got a lot of receivers, young, promising guys, and Aaron Rodgers is distributing it well. Yeah, he had a pick 6, but he still got the job done, and I think the Giants are on the similar level of the Patriots, a mid team. So I've got the Packers winning that at home as well. And then we've got Chargers, Browns. I think this is a bit of a weird game. I think if the Chargers can stop the run, they won the game. And I don't understand why teams don't say, we're going to make Jacoby Brissett beat us. Stop the run, completely annihilate the run. And if someone's going to beat us, it's going to be Brissett. Not Nick Chubb, not Kareem Hunt. That's what the Chargers have to do. And I think the Chargers will win this game. It's going to be a high-scoring game. And I think the Chargers will come out on top. I just think I don't trust Jacoby Brissett as quarterback, so I'm going to have to take the Chargers here. But I would not be surprised. I think it's going to be a shootout here in the 30s, maybe even 40s. Kind of like it was in recent time when they played. It went high-scoring games. You had Chubb and Kareem Hunt absolutely going off. So it's going to be something like that. And I think the Chargers will take this one in Cleveland. Now we have Bears going into Minnesota. I think Minnesota is the real deal. The Bears are pretenders. Or not even pretenders. They're just trash. They have a really bad quarterback, in my opinion, in Justin Fields. And I think here the Vikings are going to have a real easy time beating Chicago at home. Now, Lions will be heading up to Foxborough to play. And I think the Lions have had the Patriots number the last time they played. I remember like if it was yesterday when Matt Patricia came in and beat them and made the Patriots 3-5, but we're not going to talk about the rest of the year anyways. I've got the Lions coming in, a very explosive offense. Yes, they did lose to the Seahawks. Their defense is very suspect, but I think the Patriots offense is suspect as well, so it won't really matter. They're going to have, Zappa starting at quarterback. Mac Jones is out. Maybe if Mac Jones was playing, I'd have the Patriots, but I think he's not playing. Lions are going to win this game, bounce back from a catastrophic loss to the Seahawks. Anyways, we've got talked about the Seahawks. They're going to go into New Orleans, and I think they're going to get a win. Geno Smith looks really good, and the Saints just haven't been very well, in my opinion. Yeah, they put up a fight against the Vikings with a ton of injuries, but really, I think the Saints are trash right now. I'm not going to lie. They have just been absolutely garbage, and I'm glad I didn't say they're going to make the playoffs because it seems like Sean Payton was what was really holding down the Saints together. So I've got the Seahawks coming in and upsetting them. Now, we've got Dolphins-Jets. I got another upset here, back-to-back. I think the Jets are going to win. The Jets look really good against the Steelers. It's the best they've looked in years. And the Dolphins just lost their QB1. And yeah, I do like Teddy Bridgewater, but it's going to take some time to figure it out if you want Teddy Bridgewater to do well. And I think the Jets are going to surprise the Dolphins here, and they're going to get a win. Yeah, I believe the Dolphins are going to be getting around 11, 12 wins, but I think the Jets are going to do well and get around 7. And this is going to be one of their upset wins. They have a long streak of losing to the Dolphins, and I think that ends this Sunday. Now, Falcons will be playing the Bucs. I think the Bucs will just step all over them. Their offense looks a lot better against the Chiefs. Yeah, they got blown out. Or not blown out, but their defense looks so bad. You understand? They were the number 1 ranked defense before the Chiefs, and now everybody's destroying the Bucs defense. And I just think Patrick Mahomes was just special that game. Didn't want to lose to the Bucs. Absolutely put on a show. It's really hard for him to play like that again against the Bucs. We all know what happened when it really mattered. He was unable to escape the pressure like he was. And only if he did that in the Super Bowl, man. If he really did that, he'd be a 2-time Super Bowl champ. But he was doing some insane things I wish I saw that day. But it is what it is. You know, a lot less pressure in the Super Bowl. And it helped that the referees were kind of even, unlike in the Super Bowl. But hey. Let's not get into that now. But now we've got Titans going into Washington. The Washington has been pretty bad. Carson Wentz has been bad. The Titans upset the Colts, so I'm going to go Titans here. They seem like they're getting it together, and Robert Woods is having a better year coming back from an injury, and they don't look too bad. They look better than what I would have thought the Titans would have been if you asked me before the season. Now we've got Texans going into Jacksonville. Jacksonville's going to look to have a bounce-back win, and I believe they will. They'll be beating the Texans at home, going to 3-2, which is not bad. Now, we've got 49ers versus Panthers. I think the Niners look a lot better with Jimmy Garoppolo now that Trey Lance is hurt. Not going to be like Colin Cowherd, however you say his name, who's, saying, oh, yeah, man, Trey Lance, man, the team looks a lot better without him. That's what happens when you're at a strip club, stuff like that. I'm not going to be preying on his downfall, but the matter of fact is 49ers do look better without him. But we're still going to be wishing Trey Lance a speedy recovery and not saying 49ers fans are glad he's hurt. No, come on, dude. Let's not be that guy. But the Niners did look good, and they're going to be beating the Panthers, who are a mid-team, in my opinion. Yeah, Baker Mayfield's there, and he's an upgrade from Sam Darnold, but he's not that much of an upgrade. I wonder when the Panthers will man up and draft a quarterback instead of always trading and avoiding the inevitable. Now, we've got Cowboys, Rams. Cooper Rush will be starting this Sunday. The Rams are Super Bowl champs, just got destroyed by the 49ers, who seem to own them. And I should have picked the Niners last week, but it is what it is. I think the Cowboys finally get their first loss Cooper Rush and the Rams absolutely take care of business. Really, the Cowboys with Cooper Rush have been a fluke. And I don't really believe they're all that with him. Dak Prescott is still QB1, and the Rams will take care of him and stop the hype. Now, we've got Eagles, Cardinals. The Eagles will continue their undefeated streak. I think they're a really good team, and they are a lot better than I thought. Thought they were going to get 10 wins, but they are undefeated, and they're not even a pretending undefeated team. They are good. Jalen Hurts looks absolutely great and having an MVP start to the season. We'll see if he can continue it, but he's absolutely unbelievable, and he's shocking everyone who passed up on him multiple times. Now, we've got the Bengals playing the Ravens here. I've got the Ravens winning. The Bengals look absolutely trash against the Dolphins. I know you're going to say, well, they won the game. I don't care. It was a very hard-fought win. The score line lies to you. The Dolphins lost their quarterback and literally were still in the game. And really, Von Bell really dropped the ball there. And if they would have counted that as a drop interception, then it completely changes the game and the Dolphins have a chance to win. And really, the Bengals were just off offensively. 3 and out. Couldn't run the ball. I just think the Ravens look a lot more explosive and will be beating the Bengals, and they're at home as well. The Bengals aren't going to be doing much this year, so yeah. Anyways, we've got then on Monday, we have Raiders going into Kansas, and I've got an upset here. I got the Raiders beating the Chiefs. You know, they avoid the 0-4 start. Now they're 1-3, and I think they go into Kansas City, get the win, 2-3, looking decent, a lot better than 0-5 would have been if they had lost last week and if they lose this week. So I got an upset. The Chiefs won't be playing as crazy as they were last week against the Bucs, and I think the Raiders really want to contend after doing a ton of good moves, which I'm surprised they're 1-3. But, you know, one of those 4 teams in that complicated division was going to end up having a terrible record. And it looks like, as of right now, it's the Raiders. But I have them winning against the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs aren't as good as everyone thinks. You know, we don't know who their wide receiver 1 is. They're really just depending on Travis Kelce, which, if I'm a team, I double coverage Travis Kelce and I make Mahomes beat me with every other weapon except Travis Kelce. Because we know Travis Kelce is arguably the best tight end in the league. You've got Patrick Mahomes, no more Tyreek Hill. Don't got to worry too much about receivers. Focus on Travis Kelce. I don't understand what's going on with that. But anyways, I'm looking to improve my record and, you know, maybe get double-digit predictions right here. And I think I do got it. I've gone unbiased and finally picked the Steelers to lose. And I've got the Dolphins losing as well, which I think is probably going to happen. I'm not going to lie. Sorry to you Dolphins fans. But anyways, please like and subscribe for more videos. And thank you guys for watching.